So you're done with your computer for the day and you want to turn it off. Therefore, you go to the start menu where you are faced with the only dilemma greater than pineapple on pizza. Sleep, hibernate, or shut down. What does each of them do? Well, let's take a look. First of all, let's get shut down out of the way because everyone has used that at least once. When you tell your PC to shut down, it closes all programs, getting rid of any data that is not saved, logs out of Windows, then cuts power to everything, and there you go, your computer is completely turned off and doesn't use any power. Downsides of shutting down, of course, are that when you eventually decide to use your computer again, it can take quite a long time to start because it has to boot up Windows and all of your software from scratch. But what about those other two? Let's check out what sleep does. When you tell your computer to sleep, you are essentially telling it to stand by. Once you click the button, Windows doesn't turn off your programs. Instead, it saves the current session onto your RAM, then it goes into a low power mode where it uses very little energy. The perks of sleep are that when the computer wakes up, you are almost instantly put right where you left off, because loading stuff from RAM is so much faster than starting everything. But RAM is a double-edged blade, which also comes with a pretty significant downside. It's volatile, so when it loses power, it also loses all of its data. That means that if your computer is sleeping and, for example, the power goes out, the session that was saved into memory is lost, and the PC can't resume anymore. If that happens, when you try to start it up, it just behaves as if you had used shutdown when you turned it off, and starts everything up. And now, last but definitely not least, we have Hibernate. Much like in the animal world, you could say that Hibernate is a far deeper sleep mode, or a bit of a hybrid between sleep and shutdown. Just like sleep, it doesn't delete your session and it saves it instead. The difference here is that instead of putting it into your RAM, it saves it on your actual hard drive. After that, your computer fully shuts down instead of going to a low power mode. For pros and cons, it inherits a mix from both sleep and shutting down. Turning the PC back on is slower than resuming from sleep, but is still way faster than turning it on after a shutdown. Besides that, it comes with the added perk that, unlike sleep, the saved session doesn't disappear if the power goes out. It sits there until you turn the PC back on no matter what. Now, that's all nice and good, but when should you use each of these? Of course, there are no rules to this, and you can do whatever you want, but here's what I like to do. If I'm turning off my computer during the day, but I still plan on using it later, in the same day, I like to put it to sleep so I can quickly resume. If I'm turning my PC off for more than a few hours or overnight, I like to set it to hibernate. It allows me to quickly resume the next day, but also means that the computer won't be running and drawing power while it's just sitting there idle in the meantime. But when do I shut my computer down? Well, if I'm going away for more than a day, I usually shut it down. However, it's a good idea to give your PC a fresh restart every once in a while. It is needed for some programs to install and for updates to be applied, and it can also solve some problems, which is why turn it off and back on again is such a common response when you're talking about PC issues. And that is pretty much it. So, I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more, you can click on the right to watch my latest video, or on the left to watch a random video, or just click the round channel icon in the middle to subscribe. And as always, this has been Vlad from Goodsauce Tech, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.